Once upon a time in a busy, noisy city called New York, a boy named Donald was born. It was June 14, 1946, when Donald John Trump came into the world. He was born in the neighborhood of Queens, a part of New York City full of families, small shops, and big dreams. Donald's parents were very important people in his life. His father, Fred Trump, was a successful businessman who built homes and apartment buildings in Queens and other parts of New York. Fred worked very hard and made a lot of money. His mother, Mary Trump, was a kind woman who took care of the family. She was born in Scotland and moved to America when she was young. Donald was the fourth of 5 children. He had 3 brothers, Fred Jr., Robert, and Barry, and a sister, Mary Ann. Donald's family was very close, but like many families, they also had their challenges. Donald was a lively and sometimes stubborn boy. He loved playing games, but he didn't always like to follow rules. His parents tried to teach him good habits, but Donald often found his own way to do things. His father, Fred, was strict and wanted Donald to succeed. Fred often told him, "You have to work hard if you want to get ahead in life." Donald's older brother, Fred Jr., was very close to him. Fred Jr. had dreams of becoming a pilot, but sadly he struggled with drinking and never achieved his dream. Donald always remembered his brother's struggles and often said, "Fred Jr. was a good guy, but life didn't turn out the way he wanted. It made me realize how important it is to focus and stay strong." As a boy, Donald loved playing outside. He didn't like staying indoors for too long. He enjoyed riding his bike around the neighborhood, playing baseball with his brothers, and even going to the nearby park to play basketball. He wasn't the best at everything, but he always tried his hardest. "I always wanted to win," Donald once said. "I hate losing. My dad taught me that if you're going to do something, do it well. Don't waste your time." But like many kids, Donald didn't just want to play sports. He also loved toys, especially model planes and cars. He enjoyed building things with his hands. His dream was to have a job where he could be in charge and make big decisions. When Donald was 13, his parents made an important decision. They sent him to a military school called New York Military Academy. This was a big change for Donald. He was shy at first and didn't know what to expect. But it didn't take long for him to make a name for himself. He was soon known as the leader of his class. At the military school, Donald learned about discipline, respect, and hard work. He also learned how to be in charge. The teachers there said Donald was a smart student and he liked to take charge of group projects. One of his teachers, Colonel Bradley, once told him, "Donald, you've got something special. You just need to keep pushing forward." Donald often remembered that advice. "I wasn't always the best student, but I was always the leader," he would say. "I knew what I wanted, and I worked to get it." At home, Donald's parents often had talks about life, success, and money. His father, Fred, was very serious about business. He told Donald, "You have to be tough if you want to succeed. People will try to stop you, but you have to keep going." But his mother, Mary, was always kind. She would tell Donald, "It's important to be kind to others. Don't forget where you came from." Mary taught him the value of family and love. She loved to cook, and Donald enjoyed family dinners. They would talk about their day, laugh, and tell stories. Even though Fred Trump was a tough man, he always supported his children. He would often say, "You're going to be great one day, Don. Just keep working hard." By the time Donald was 16, he knew he wanted something more than what was around him in Queens. He dreamed of becoming a great businessman, someone who could make big decisions and create huge buildings. But first, he had to finish school. After high school, Donald went to Fordham University, a college in New York City. It was here that Donald learned about business. He loved reading books about real estate, the business of buying and selling buildings. After 2 years at Fordham, Donald transferred to Wharton School of Business at the University of Pennsylvania, one of the best business schools in America. "I want to build skyscrapers," Donald often said. "Big, beautiful buildings that will make people look up and say, 'Wow.'" During his college years, Donald often talked with his father about his future. Fred Trump, who had built a successful business, gave Donald advice. "You can be the best at whatever you want," he told him, "but you have to start with what you know. Real estate is the way." Donald took his father's advice to heart. He joined the Trump Organization after graduation and his real journey began. He wasn't just going to work for his father, he was going to make a name for himself and build something huge. Donald's family always believed in him. His sister, Mary Ann, who was a judge, would often say, Donald always believed in himself. He knew he would be great. One day after Donald made a big deal to buy a building, he called his family to tell them the news. "You did it, Don. You really did it," his brother Robert said. Robert had worked with Donald in the Trump organization, helping with the family business. "I always knew you had it in you. I told you I was going to do big things," Donald replied with a grin. "This is just the beginning. We're going to make more of these. Trust me." His father, Fred, smiled proudly. "You're going to do great things, son. Keep going." In the 1970s, Donald's big dream began to come true. He bought and renovated the Commodore Hotel, an old and rundown building in New York City. He turned it into the Grand Hyatt Hotel, a beautiful, shiny hotel that people loved. This was just the start of his real estate empire. "I told people I was going to make this hotel beautiful. And I did," Donald would say. "This is the kind of project I love, big, bold, and different." But Donald had bigger dreams. By the 2000s, he wasn't just known for his buildings. He had become a star on television with his hit show, The Apprentice. People loved watching him fire contestants and give advice to the aspiring business stars. He became famous for his confident and sometimes tough personality. "Sometimes you have to tell people the truth, even if they don't like it," Donald would say on his show. "I'm not here to make friends. I'm here to make great deals." In 2015, after years in business and television, Donald announced something that shocked everyone. He was going to run for president. "I'm going to make America great again," he said during his campaign launch. "I will build a wall, make better deals, and bring jobs back to America." No one believed it at first. He had no political experience, and people thought he was just a businessman playing a game. But Donald wasn't just any businessman. He had the drive, the skills, and the confidence to keep going. After an incredible campaign filled with speeches, rallies, and bold promises, Donald Trump won the 2016 election and became the 45th president of the United States. The whole country was shocked, but his supporters believed in him. "We're going to win so much, you'll be amazed," he had said, and now he was proving it. Donald's time in office was filled with victories and challenges. He worked to change trade deals, cut taxes, and put America first. But not everyone agreed with him. The country was divided, and in 2020, he lost his re-election bid to Joe Biden. But Donald wasn't done yet. In 2024, after spending a few years out of office, he ran again. "I'm not finished yet," he told his family. "We'll win again, and we'll do even better this time." In November 2024, something incredible happened. Donald Trump won the election again, becoming the first U.S. president to serve 2 non-consecutive terms. "I told you we would win again," he said, smiling proudly. "This time, we'll make America stronger, safer, and greater than ever before. The best is yet to come." After a long journey from a boy in Queens to a businessman, TV star, and president, Donald Trump is back in the White House, ready to finish the work he started years ago. Loved by many and hated by others, his return marks a new chapter in a deeply divided nation.
If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.